The 4D method of clarity in decision making. This is a great way to really know exactly what your desired outcome is and what steps you need to take to be able to accomplish it. So, the first D is to define. The second D is to declare. The third D is to delineate. And the fourth D is to do. Okay, so let's go through these in a little bit more depth. Define. What does defining the outcome mean? So I discovered this when I was trying to make a list of things that I wanted to improve in my life, and said, you know what, I actually need clarity on what I'm trying to do. And in this case, it was trying to go to sleep. So what was the point of going to sleep? And it wasn't until I realized that the point of me going to sleep wasn't to lay in bed for 8 hours and not really move too much, but it was actually for me to allow my brain and my body to heal in the best state possible, to relax and repair, to get into an optimal parasympathetic state. I didn't realize that all these things were happening until I actually sat down and defined what I was trying to accomplish. So coming up with clear-cut definitions. Why do you eat? What's the purpose of eating and nutrition? What's the purpose of sleep? What's the purpose of your relationships, right? All these different things can be defined. Or what's the purpose of this outcome I'm trying to get with my business? Is it more clients coming in the door, more finances coming in, happier clientele, happier employees? But make a defined definition of exactly what you're trying to accomplish in this step. Next is declaring. When you go through those definitions, you're going to find one or two that really stand out to you. And they're really the key ones. They're the linchpins that really are the heart and soul, the root of what's trying to be accomplished, right? So then we want to make a declaration. And declaration is being stated in the affirmative that I have or I am accomplishing or I have accomplished this. Really important for the psychology in your brain to know that it's working towards something that's already been done. We can go into the neural processes of how your brain develops, but when you're goal setting, it's really important for your brain chemistry and your brain anatomy to believe that it has already happened rather than you're trying to. If you're trying to, it's like, I don't really know, and it won't commit all of its resources. If it knows it has been accomplished already, it already knows the path to be there. The brain's actually already started making the neural pathways, so it has a roadmap on how to recreate it again. All right, so we want to first define. Second, we're declaring exactly what it is that we're going to accomplish. And then we are delineating, making a list of steps that we're going to take to accomplish these things. So maybe one step, it may be several steps. This part may be a little bit more arduous and more meticulous in writing down multiple steps, but we want to delineate every single step along the way. One of the keys that I use for this thing is I very often look at it backwards and I reverse engineer the steps. Very often, if you try to plan from the beginning going forward, you may make a wrong turn and then have to backtrack and come back. Very often, if you go backwards, you can correct the mistakes before they happen because you're not going in a way that leads you off path. You're always stepping back from what was my last success? What was the prior success? What's the prior success there? So we first define, then we declare, then we delineate, and the last step is getting off your ass and doing it. And very often, that's the part most of us are missing. Right? It's said in success journals around the world that 80% of our success comes from psychology and 20% is by doing, right? That we all need to change our psychology and learn these tools and tactics. Most of us know how to lose weight, stop having diabetes, have a better relationship, handle our impulses. We know what we should do. Do we actually do them? Chances are probably not, right? So then there would be problems if we were, right? So the big thing really is once you have this plan, it's 80% on what you do, the 20% that actually gets the results is actually doing these things. So the last step is the easy one, but it's also the most apprehensive one that we have. So this is where I encourage you to kind of step up, step into your greatness. You already have a plan that you know is going to be successful. Your brain chemistry is already turned on in a way that it knows what steps to do to accomplish the work that needs to be done. It believes it's already been done. And that fact, you know that you can go through it and you know a way to get it done. So just get up and do it. Hey, I hope you enjoyed that video. I'd like to invite you to be part of our community by subscribing below. Stay up to date with our notifications by hitting that little bell icon. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the box below and I'll get back to you.